Stay tuned for sports.
Keeping Score with Jess and Dean.
It is Sunday, August 31st. Hello.
How are you?
I cannot believe summer is over. Labor Day weekend. Insane. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
This is my time. This is my weather.
This is your wheelhouse.
I did take a little step back, and I think I told you this last week that I decided not, my baseball team, the Hurricanes, are in, for the Labor Day weekend, are in Cape Cod right now.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to be greedy and try to do too much. It's a
Right.
3-day tournament, and it wasn't because I couldn't find it if I had to drive down there. That was part of it, maybe a small part of it.
I think it's a big part of it.
All right, it's everything. But no, I pitched the other night and another subpar performance. But I do want to get my rest because when they come back from the tournament, we do have to finish our season, the playoffs here, and then of course Arizona in October. I just didn't want to try to do too much.
That's a long season.
We had all those rainouts too. Remember every Saturday and Sunday it was raining.
Yep.
It was tough. We got to make those games up. And of course, some of the teams that are out of it, they start forfeiting games late in the season, which is kind of lame. Like they feel like they're out of contention, so they just say, we don't have enough guys. At least they tell us ahead of time. Nobody had to show up and when they had 4 guys there. But I'm taking a little step back. I got a little bit of a little tweak in the right side of my back right now. Everything else feels good. My arm feels great.
Mhm.
I'm not getting great results on the field, but I just feel like I need a break. Mike Rice wanted me to go down anyways. He said,
Jim Rice.
No, Mike Rice wanted me to go down, and even if it was for one day, I said, Mike, it's too much, and I'm just going to enjoy the weekend and just watching the Red Sox in the race and all of that. Just a lot going on, and it just takes some time, do some stuff around the house.
Oh, all right.
Kind of reboot.
Okay.
How about you?
Stretch? Nothing. I have a party. I had a party yesterday, and then I thought Johnny K was having a party, and he's not.
Oh, I thought of that because I know every year he's not doing it this year.
No.
Huh? I don't blame him. That's a lot of work. Would you ask him?
I know. I was
talking
talking to PV about something else, and I'm just like, I'll do whatever. I'll just see you on Monday. He's like, no, you won't. And I'm like, oh. Well, good thing I didn't show up. I was just going to be like, hey, and then.
So speaking of PV, something you'd really like, because I know that you were trying to weasel it out of me on the air last week about where I was, my destination for dinner.
I heard.
Okay, yeah, and it was really nice because for so many years, it's on both sides. My mother's always like, I would love to meet him. She'd love to meet you also.
Oh, I would hope so.
And it's always the two-way street, and he's always like, I'd love to meet your mother. I'd love to meet your mother. And of course, he comes walking into Siena in East Greenwich, and I'm at the dinner table with my brother and my mother, and of course, Crystal, who's an absolute sweetheart, like just the class that they have. It's like they're just perfect for each other. They came right over to my mother. I didn't have to do introductions, and I was just like, all right, let them do their thing
correctly.
And yeah, so it was really nice. And Paul's just got so much. He's just amazing
He was
guy.
very excited to meet her. He did say that was one of the first things he talked about. He was just like, finally. He's like, Jess, you don't understand. I've never met her before after all these years. And then you've known him for how long?
17 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then he texts me the next day, and he's of course more compliments. Tell me what a wonderful woman my mother is, and what a lucky man my father was. I'm not right. Listen, I love you, Paul. You weren't in the trenches. I'm just saying it was challenging. I'm just saying my childhood was difficult, but really was a nice scene to see them come rolling in there. So that was the cap off to the birthday was last Sunday, obviously going out for dinner when my brother took me out for my birthday. It was really nice. Like I said, I do it more for my mother just to get her out also,
right?
So I got no complaints. 54 is in the rear view, and the birthday, and we enjoy the year. That's in front of us,
definitely. And hopefully you have some plans with some other people.
What? And by the way, I have my hat on.
I know, tilted down a little bit. Our cameras are all messed up this week. I don't know what happened.
Which obviously was Monsoon City at one point, and I had to put it in the bag running from the car to the door. I figured, let me at least get my hair wet. I'm not going to get my new hat wet. So I'm just like,
it's okay. You can get it wet.
I know it's got the mesh to it, but I'm really excited about my new lid.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it looks very nice.
Fit.
I have a new lid as well, but you can't see it on the YouTube because it's so dark.
You know how I feel about the black over the black. It's gaff.
I know, but
I can't see it, and it's not about the lighting in the studio right now. So stop it.
I like the black on black, and it's still I can't wear Yankees anymore, so this is Patriots.
Hey, while we were talking about gifts and my new hat and everything, thank you for my birthday and little Jess with the Jack Fire and the cocktail book from The Sopranos.
Yeah,
I do. I don't want to sound like I'm like in Seinfeld when with Watley, where it's like you regifted, de-gifted, and then gave it to someone else. But I am going to tell you that down in the bunker.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that you had some things set up in there because for our show, and I always said I would take it back if we ever went belly down.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to let you know that I am passing the Aaron Judge with the little doggy to you. That is permanently
forever?
that is permanently yours.
Yay!
Okay.
Thank you.
And
I hope I don't break it.
And I'm not, obviously I don't think Dave DeMayo would be mad at me or disappointed. I think he would know that it's in the Yankee family. So even though he gave it to me, he's the best. I love Dave. Yep. But I'm I'm doing a Watley. It was the label maker that didn't work, but I'm sure the Aaron Judge bobblehead you'd be happy
much
with
more
that.
afraid with his dog.
You'll
He's
take good care of it.
Of course I will. If anyone touches it. Although Becca did ruin the Chip bobblehead from RIFC. Yeah, she knocked it off the thing and his head fell off. So nothing better happened to Aaron Judge. I know, seriously, going down quick. I had a good week and nothing crazy. Well, I went to Chris Brown on Monday night. I went to Tate McRae on Tuesday night. And then I had a live broadcast on Thursday night. Yeah. So I'm a little tapped out.
Where was CB?
Nice. Fenway Park.
How
actually, he was excellent.
How was Fenway? How was Fenway?
Fenway was fine. I took pictures by Wally.
All right.
I was just like walking around and doing all the things. I took some photos for you, but it was very cool. I was not on the floor. I handed those tickets over to the people that really wanted them. So
I was big on Brown for a while. I mean, it's been years. So I'm like, I didn't know like if he was still hot at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know who McRae is. Who's
Tate McRae? Yeah. Nah. I'll show you a picture. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Very good. And Zara Larson. So, your camera is like flipping out. Something's going on in here.
What?
Something is going on where it's like the studio today is possessed.
All right, so I think we're back on YouTube, keeping score. Jess and Dean, Sundays 9 to 10. I've got some issues at home. I had Cox Cable, by the way.
God,
now the guy finally came in, and he wasn't that guy that was, the politically correct thing to say because I work for Cox. He's like, this wiring, right when he got out of the truck.
Yeah.
He said, you could have brake pads, but if they don't work, then I don't even know what the analogy was, but he was basically saying that wire up there is no good.
Oh,
so so it's not on my end, all the problems. So we still have to get the modem or the router or whatever it is. I said, he said, don't rent it from Cox. Like he could, they're always trying to work you.
Yeah.
This guy was blunt. I won't say his name because he might get canned. But all I'm saying is like he fixed all the TVs. Everything's up and working right now.
Okay? Oh, good.
But I still have to go. Everything's still a little slow. So I think if I go get another one, he said you can go get it from the Geek Squad at Best Buy. He said you can go on Amazon. It's a little cheaper. I know.
Oh yeah, go on Amazon. That's pretty easy for you.
What?
You gonna go to your lawyer's office?
My brother's not great at the stuff either, but he does have Amazon. He does order stuff from Amazon. So we'll see how that goes. He said you can get one for like $175, $200. He said don't rent it from Cox for $15 a month. He said he's going to get me a credit for $25 because they do leave the voice message. Well, if it's on your end, it's going to be $75. I just want this taken care of. I have no TV, certain rooms. And I got to figure out a way to get the YouTube up and running because you said I could actually watch Keeping Score on TV in my house.
Yes.
I have 2 smart TVs, one downstairs, one up.
Just don't have a smart owner.
All right, I think at this point we should get into the show.
Really
big day, football preview.
Lots of football today. Let's go. All right, so here's the deal. Obviously, let's talk about the Patriots roster, how you're feeling about that. We no longer have Bourne. Actually, he made the team. This is what was the thing. Like, he made the team, and I'm like, oh, well, he's staying. And then I guess they told him what his role was going to be, and he was just like, he wanted to trade. So Bourne is out. Do you care or not?
No, I told you I had moved on from him anyways. Right. Okay, and I believe what the rumor was after the fact was that they had a deal that was close to sending him to Minnesota, where they could have got at least them to take some of the money. Maybe they would have to pay some of it. And they would have got a little compensation back. That fell through, so they cut him. The other thing, Jess, we get this feeling, and I feel bad for some of these guys on the fringe because you work all camp. You start with 90, you get down, you made the 53-man roster. Well, you're going to take a step back because you're never secure because now other teams are going to start waiving guys. Once that waiver wire lights up, you go pick somebody up, that guy's gone.
Yeah, right.
You're going to flip with someone, so you never really know if you're in or not. And I guess you just told me about Javon Baker. I didn't know about that because I thought he was going to kind of squeeze his way onto the roster for the special.
Yeah.
Because he looked like he was actually getting it together a little in camp, but he's just
not enough people in wheelchairs standing up for him. So
I think you said he may be doing his thing in Philadelphia or somewhere else. I mean, he's gone. So obviously, what's really, really concerning, and obviously Mayo's gone now, but that draft last year, obviously Drake May at 3, okay, that was you and I.
That's all you got right.
You and I could have made that selection. Jess, they literally have, I think they have nobody left in that draft. Everybody's gone. Pope's on IL.
Right.
So like, okay, you hit your hiding for a year. He's done.
What about Booty? Was that last year?
It was the year before.
Oh, okay.
And that was the year I think they got him in the 6th round and they got Pop Douglas in the 6th round. That was pretty nice. You say they had beaten him in the 7th round. I'm not even sure. He was a at the back of the draft, and he's been okay.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, listen, the roster's set now. Cole Strange, of course, that officially ends the Bill Belichick era when he drafted him at 29 or 32, and nobody had him on the board till like 150.
Right.
That's the way of Bill saying, you know what? Yeah, I know something you don't know. No, you don't.
Yeah, actually,
okay,
you knew
'Cause that guy
nothing.
sucked.
Yeah,
all right.
he was unbelievably bad. He was never. I don't remember one highlight from him
And
whatsoever.
if you can take anything out of this, just the fact that he got cut. Think about how questionable still that offensive line is. You couldn't make it with that group.
Yeah.
So if you can't make it even as a backup to what's there right now, what does that say about them? They should have went after Joe Tooney when Kansas City traded him to Chicago. They should have brought Tooney back, put him left guard. You got Campbell, Tooney. It would have been a nice, But the roster's the roster now, and it's coming together. And before you know it, we're in week 1. It's Vegas Raiders in a week.
I'm very excited about that. And how do you feel about Tommy DeVito? Tommy Cutlets is here.
So is his mother going to move to
No.
Foxborough? Oh, you already
She's
got
not moving.
I was
He's
joking.
He's living on his own.
So who's
He's
making
gonna
him?
be a big boy.
Who's making him chicken cutlets
I
now?
don't know. He's gonna have to go to Twin Oaks.
Oh
I
wow,
don't know.
That's hardcore right there.
I don't know what he's gonna do. Not my problem. He's a professional
I
athlete.
mean, like,
How do you feel about him over Dobbs?
I'll be honest with you. Our good friend from the safe house, Mario Abundante, he's like, I'm gonna get a DeVito jersey. I'm like, Mario, do me a favor. I gotta find out what number he's wearing first. He said, relax.
If he's not even have a number.
I said a lot of times they bring these guys in and then 4 to 5 days later they're gone. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to DeVito,
Right.
but you sign guys and then it doesn't work out. So they give him a look. I don't, I certainly don't think they went after him because he threw 3 touchdowns against the Pats a week ago because that was swill.
Right.
All right, those guys, like I said, half those guys, all those guys are
go,
gone
yeah,
now.
right.
So maybe there's something. I think it's more just for us to talk about. They're bringing in the Italian kid who was the busboy at the restaurant 2 years back, and it's all fun to talk about. Over Dobbs, I think Dobbs has a little more pedigree.
Okay.
I don't think Dobbs is very good.
I don't
think DeVito's that good either. So I
No.
mean, like right now, I think
He's more charismatic, I think.
yeah, I think obviously it's more for the story, But they're not going to dress 3. You're not going to dress 3 quarterbacks. I'd say week 1, I would guess because the system Dobbs has a little advantage over DeVito. I would say Dobbs is your 2 and DeVito's 3, and probably the emergency quarterback probably will be dressed week 1.
Who's the emergency quarterback? Oh, so you mean
DeVito,
Tommy?
yeah.
Okay.
Dobbs is going to be the backup.
Yeah.
And maybe he gets pushed. It's going to take time. DeVito comes walking in. It's a little bit late in camp, So, but the Giants cut bait for them. And you knew that, too, with the Giants.
Because they had what?
They got Russell Wilson. They got Jameis Winston. They got Jackson Dart, who's going to be the next guy.
Yep.
We believe he's going to be the next guy. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But, yeah, I think it's just fun to talk about it. But Tommy Cutlets is in Foxborough. And I believe, I don't know, so busy this week. He's going to wear 17. He did pick a number. He was at
That's
practice.
a good number.
I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't 17. Yes, it could have been 16.
You want me to look it up?
No, it's all
Okay.
right.
Who cares? He won't be here.
Yeah.
you won't
Well,
be
that's why
playing.
I don't want to see Mario go blow 3 beans on a jersey and he gets pink slip.
Well, I mean, speaking of jerseys, how do do you like the new jerseys?
Those uniforms. I mean, I saw a picture of it. Panat sent me a picture. I
It's
mean,
the
my
rivalry.
eyes are not good, but what I could see, it just looks bland to me.
It's a storm blue.
Nah, it's weak.
I don't. Not enough red.
You said
for me.
that. There's no. Where's the red?
It's in the logo. It's in the Nike swoosh.
Those unis are gaff.
I don't like them
Now,
at all.
I'm
They don't remind me
I'm
of.
reserving the right to see what. Did they decide like what game they're going to wear them? And
Oh, I didn't see that
okay,
yet.
well, let's see what happens when they rip them out. I'd rather see them wear the old school Pats with the old logo. I'm just saying,
Right,
like that's
of
if they're going to
course.
do anything gimmicky, I'd rather see that than what I originally saw on those uniforms.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan on that. All right, so do we want to? Let's see. We got Polk on IR. We have the new uniforms. Baker's gone. DeVito's in. Strange is gone. Bourne is gone. All right. Do you want to talk before we get into? No, let's just talk about the schedule. How about let's just go into
Let's
that?
do it.
And so let's find out how we're gonna do this. I can't even see. It's so dark in the studio. Doesn't help when it's raining.
Shit's complaining
It
left
really
and right
is,
over
because
here.
if I put the light on, then I'm gonna put the light on. I don't even care. I'm just gonna do it in the top.
Oh, wow.
Whatever. Okay.
All right,
Here we go.
let's do it. Fun.
Yeah, it
This
is
is
fun.
your-
And then
this-
I'm gonna keep a master copy.
I feel like your body, like your whole body language is like the way I am with baseball. You are with football.
Oh,
And
yes.
and don't get me wrong, I love this, but this is your thing. This is your baby.
This is me. I'm
the
like,
next
don't
6
bother me
months.
on a Sunday.
Yes.
I will, but shut up.
I'm coming
And
over
gonna
this year.
Yeah, you are
Yeah, I'm
coming
gonna
over this
go.
year.
It's an easy
All right.
ride. I'll leave
Yeah.
my mother's and go right talking.
It's like a straight shot. All right, here we go. Game number 1, Sunday, September 7th, taking on the Raiders. 1:00 game. I don't have the spreads in front of me.
It's okay. Well, just to tell you, Jess, I'm glad you brought that up. That Vegas, for whatever reason, I think it's more a scheduling thing. The Pats were not favored in any games out of the 17 last year. They're favored so far as of right now in 11 out of the 17 games. And that's yeah, I know you're cringing. That's more because the schedule's soft. So that tells you what's in front of the Pats this year. There's potential here.
All right. So remind me again, who's the quarterback for the Raiders?
Geno Smith for the 14th time. I love you. Okay.
I did that on purpose. All right.
Did you hear the rumor?
What?
Not the rumor, but that Jacoby Myers, of course, after 3 years is unhappy. And
I would take him.
He didn't say I want to go to New England, but he kind of requested a trade. So I mean, I'd love him as a 2 to Diggs, absolutely.
Right, and then I do like Hollins. I think he's going to be something.
Told you, I like Mac Hollins. I don't care if he wears shoes or not when he goes out, but he's solid.
An original. All right, we're at home, right? I'm going win.
Okay. Listen, I'm with you. I'm going W here, and I'm going to tell you one thing. I hate to say that, the first game's a must-win, but if they're going to have a season, the first one is big, because I'm going to tell you something. We're going to get into it. You're going to Miami the next week, who I think is going to be down this year, but also they never win down there. So you don't want to lose to the Raiders at week 1 when you're going to go to Miami the next week. But listen, Raiders have some talent. We mentioned Geno Smith. They got the rookie running back they drafted, I believe, at 4, Ashton Genty.
Oh, right.
Watch out for him. So obviously Milton Williams and the guys on the line are going to be loading up on Genty. I don't think the Raiders have that big play wide receiver because, Jacoby's going to move the chains. He catches the ball. They're going to do it with the tight ends. They got Brock Bowers and they still got the kid Mitch Mayer. So they got a couple of good tight ends. Bowers is elite. Okay. So, and then of course you got Max Crosby on the other side of the football.
Dangerous.
So, the Raiders
he's an angry man.
The Raiders have some names, Jess. There's some talent there. Yeah. And of course, Pete Carroll's at the helmet, 72 or 73 years old. He's not there for a 5-year plan. So he needs to win right away. I am going to take New England.
All right. And I really believe that, Coach, oh
wow.
I'm having a blank. I can't do this with no Carroll. Yeah. I feel like he should have a gum endorsement. Okay. We have Miami. We're going to be at Miami. I'm going to go
delicious.
Sadly, I'm going to go with a loss on that one.
And I hate when we always agree with each other, but they just can't win down there.
No.
But I do think that Dolphins team is in flux. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. I'm not big on Tua to begin with, but the rest of that roster, I think they added former Patriot down lineman Matthew Judon was signed by the Dolphins.
No way.
Yeah, they signed him in Atlanta. He was a free agent. That remember we traded him on a walk year, so he's not going to make or break them at this point in his career. But I will take Miami because it's at Miami.
All right. Then we have the Steelers at home. Ooh, but it's Aaron Rodgers. But he's old and he looks like he sucks. Win. I'm going W.
All right. I think that the Rodgers thing is going to kind of as the season goes on, it's going to be a problem because he'll poison the locker room eventually because he's Aaron Rodgers.
He won't be
They got a lot of older veterans on that team. Of course, you've got Haywood on defense. You've got Watt. I mean, they got a lot of, older players, some good players. They made that trade with Jalen Ramsey and got rid of Fitzpatrick. So they're in flux too. But Mike Tomlin wins football games. I think early in the season, I think they're going to be good from the rip. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this game.
All right. Very good. And then we have the Panthers. The Panthers actually turned in to be a pretty decent team towards the end of last season. I thought that they actually kind of got it together. I think that's going to be I can't believe I'm giving us another win, but I think we're going to win that one.
Okay. So obviously it's
at home.
It's at Foxborough, Jess. I do think, and there's no coincidence, Jess. You made a good point about Carolina. Even though they weren't winning games, they were playing better and more competitively in the season. And I think that's because Bryce Young sat down when I think Andy Dalton was in there for a while. When he got back in there, showed that, hey, I'm not a bust.
Right.
And there was something there. I still think he's a little small. I don't like the size of the position. I don't. But this game is, of course, their number 2 receiver, Adam Thielen, who I thought was on a banana peel, had some good years in Minnesota. He got traded back to Minnesota.
He said we're going home.
So obviously you lose a receiver there. I'm going to take the Patriots at home in this one. I like them a lot in that game.
All right, very good. Then we have the Bills at the Bills. That's a loss.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we'll get into Hard Knocks later, but you're at Buffalo and Josh Allen's on a mission. He's got to get over the hump, and
he does.
It's the Pats are going to be improved, but it's not going to be in this one.
No, and then we have the Saints. Who's the quarterback for the Saints now?
It's been announced that Spencer Rattler, who I've been tough on in the past, the kid with the freckles, the red hair and freckles. He played at South Carolina, and he's been in and out of the lineup for the Saints. He's not very good. I'll just leave it there.
So who do they have? They have Kamara. They have who's the one that's allergic to playing? Olave.
No, I don't think Michael Thomas is still there.
Does he even play football anymore?
I don't think so, but Olave's been injury prone too. He's coming out of Ohio State, but he's a terrific player when healthy. So that's their talent level. They're a little they're going to be strapped this year.
Win.
Okay.
Because I don't even know who the quarterback is.
The only puncher's chance is the fact that for New Orleans, the fact that they're at home. But I do think the Pats, that would be the first signature win for the Pats because it's going to be on the road. I'll give them their first road victory. I'm going to go W for the Pats.
All right, and then we have the Titans, and that starting quarterback is not Levis anymore. Who is
It's
it?
Cam Ward, the number one pick in the draft.
Wow, that could be fun.
So the number one pick in the draft, and it looks like
we're there.
I don't know if he's got the locker room, but he's definitely saying all the right things. He looks like he's committed to it, and he's been working really hard. I mean, everybody should be working hard when you're the number one pick. You're looking to prove that you belong. He's the guy there. I find it hard to believe the Pats are going to win back to back on the road, but this would be nice for them.
It's Vrabel's old team.
I'm gonna go. I am going to go, Jess, to be honest with you, just because I just see a lot of win-loss going back and forth. I'm going to say the Pats lose this one just because, yes, I do, because I don't see them winning 2 in a row on the road. So, I mean, I could be wrong in this one where they win at Tennessee, but then maybe they would lose at New Orleans, even though I've already got it as a win. So I'm going L for the Pats.
You know what the funniest thing is before I was even looking at the schedule, I'm like, they'll go 8-8, and I'm like, wait a minute, I already have all these wins counted.
Well,
like I'm already at 4 or 5 right now, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Where you going with this one?
For what?
For the
Browns?
Pats at Tennessee. No, at Tennessee.
I'm going the Patriots winning.
Okay. I just want to say, somebody made a comment the other day about how we used to like saying, oh, they're a 500 ball club. We can't say that anymore because of the 8 and 9, 9 and 8 thing because it's 17 games.
Oh, right.
So, so you have to go one way if you're going to pick it. But
I don't see them winning more than 10.
Okay.
Definitely not. All right. So then we have them at home with the Browns, and that starting quarterback was not Sanders.
It's Joe Flacco. 84-year-old Joe Flacco is getting another crack at it.
Wow.
Sanders is the third string.
Who knows if he'll be playing by that time?
They traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders, so they made some moves with the quarterbacks, and they cut Huntley. So I think they've got Gabriel, who I like.
And they have Garrett, obviously.
Yeah. So I think the Browns have talent.
I do too.
But this is a home game. I'm going New England.
I think I'm going Browns. I'm going L.
Okay.
All right. And then
I like that.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
We can't agree.
Right.
Then we have the Falcons. Obviously, Is Kirk Cousins still on that team? Poor guy.
They're paying him. He's made a lot of money.
And then they're going to have
Michael Penix Jr., the lefty, is the quarterback. That team's got offense. Kyle Pitts. I say it every year. I never give up on that tight end. Atlanta's ready to roll. I think they have a better team than the Patriots. I think they come to Foxborough and it's going to be a close one. But I'm going to take the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons on that one. So that's a loss for me as well. All right, we got. Oh God, this is not good now. Now it's making sense. Tampa Bay, they're away for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Tampa Bay. Godwin will be back by that time, right?
Yeah.
First week, whatever.
And Mayfield's he's won me over.
He's very charismatic.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He really wants to win, and I think he'll do anything for the team. So loss.
I'm with you, partner.
All right. Then we got the Jets. Win.
I mean, they get in their own way.
Seriously. I mean, that team is just it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean this one's in Foxborough, so obviously I'm taking the Pats. I think Fields gives them a shot, but in that roster they got a good defense. They re-signed the wide receiver.
Are you going to be able to watch
Wilson.
it? It's on Prime Video.
What? Okay, text me that week.
Yeah.
What's that? That's a Thursday night game, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
You're
going
gonna
to
be
shoot
working.
that game. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going Pats.
All right. Me too. All right. Then you got the Bengals. That's a loss. I mean, last year it was a fluke.
Yeah.
I do feel like the Bengals are going to be a true contender for the Super Bowl this year. I mean, I don't know how much better Burrow can be. Honestly, they need some defense.
They still only spent their money just to resign what they had. They did get Hendrickson in, not for a long-term deal, but they gave him the money for at least for this year. I think he's going to make like almost 30 or whatever it is. But you basically just resigned your own guys. They do have the kid Chase Brown, a new running back. I'm with you. The Pats got them in week 1 last year. I think they're on a mission this year. I'll take Cincinnati.
All right. And then we have at home taking on the Giants. I think the Giants are going to be decent.
I think they're going to be kind of like the Patriots,
Yeah.
back and forth. They're going to win
Close.
some, lose some. They're going to keep the fans in it this year, but I'm going to take the Pats at home, even though they've always had our number. I'm going victory. Because it's at home, and that's a Monday. That's a Monday night, Jess.
Yeah, I know.
8:15. I like that. I'm going Pats.
You do?
Yeah, I'm going Pats in that one. I'm not worried about Russell Wilson beating the Pats.
But who else is who's the backup? Dart?
Well, Doc could be in there by then. You're talking about week 4.
I don't know. I'm going loss.
Talking about week 13. Yeah.
December 1st. Yeah.
Oh, you're going against the Pats. I like it. I like it.
All right, here we go. So then we have the Bills loss.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
at the Bills.
I
So
mean, it's not.
no, they're at home.
It's not impossible to say that the Pats could steal one. That would be your signature, like the season maker, to try to grab one from them. But I can't bring myself to do it. I say it's an L also.
And then they're up at the Ravens. That's December 21st. The Ravens, I mean, they're going to be.
Yeah, I'm not wavering on that one. That's an L.
Oh crap! I have them 4 losses in a row. Now I got to rethink.
And don't forget, Lamar's missed the regular season, but it's he'll have enough for the Pats.
Right, and then so here's the thing with the last. Why is it TBD for the Dolphins?
Because they don't know the time yet. It's to be determined.
Oh, okay, but so it is happening.
Yeah.
All right. The game before that is the Jets, and that is a win, even if we are at the Jets. I don't care. Like we're just not losing to the Jets.
Okay. Yeah. No, listen, I'm with you. I feel like, we're not good enough to say we're going to sweep anybody in the division, but I'm with you. I think that they will beat the Jets twice.
And do you think then they have Miami at home?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what these teams, and we're going to blast through our preview when we do all the teams, Jess, but I will tell you that division, the AFC East, I think that those 3 teams, Miami, New England, and the Jets, they're kind of going to all be in that same little 8 and 9, 9 and 8, 7 and 10, somewhere in there. And I don't think any of them are getting a wild card. So I'm taking the Pats at home to split with Miami on the season.
All right.
And I'm going to do my little addition right now as you're doing something. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it came out basically without even doing it. I'm glad we did it this way. You gave me the schedule before the show and our production meeting, and I've got them doubling their win total from last year, and they're at 8 and 9. That's what I've got for victory. Have. So we got there differently because we had a couple of games we didn't agree on. Yeah. So I got them at 8 and 9. And
actually, it ended up working in the way that's exactly what I think is going to happen. I mean, I hope for double-digit wins, but if that's not the case, it's sad that we are Super Bowl champions, and now we're like, yay for 8 wins.
Well, if Rabel can coach them up, and definitely going to bring a culture and a new attitude to Foxborough. If they overachieve, maybe they can get to 9 or 10. It's not out of the realm.
Right.
Anything less than 8, I kind of would be disappointed. It would be, I wouldn't feel good about it. I just don't want to be in that spot, just where like the last 2 years, you and I are sitting here doing a show, and I'm like week 4, and I'm already telling you about the best player in college for the draft.
Right.
And we're already talking. I don't believe that's going to happen. I feel good about having a season. I just want hope.
Yeah. I just want to wear some gear, which now I am wearing a hat, even though you can't see the logo.
Everyone can wear it at 0-0. Everybody's at the donut right now. So
yeah, but last year at this time,
no, you didn't even want to bring it out.
I won money that I said they were going to have under 5 wins, and they did.
Check 2 beans.
Well,
they won 4-13. They're not going 4-13 again. I can tell you that.
Oh, if they are, then someone's going to be fired. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to thank our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and go through the divisions. Right there we go.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. All right, so let's go through the divisions for the NFL. We're in the new studio. We're on YouTube, figuring it out why I am in the dark and Dean is so light. And the music is all over the place. However, we are going to get through it. So should we save our division for last?
No, we can lead with it because we already kind of talked about the teams. But,
right.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously,
Bills are going to win it.
I think we agree that the Bills are the cream of the crop. Jeff.
Yep.
And like I said, right now I've got Jets, New England, and Miami. And like I said, those 2, 3, 4 could go either way. Those things could flip any way. I think they're all like bottled up. And I'll be honest with you, the reason why I don't really care how it even goes is because I care. But I'm saying, I'm just going to tell you right from the rip before we move on to the AFC North, that I don't believe there's a wild card coming out of that.
Really?
Yes, you got Buffalo winning the division.
Right.
The other 3 teams are booking tea times.
You don't think that?
No.
All right. The Dolphins, I feel like, should be getting better. The spin, coaching alone.
I think they take a step back. I think Tyreek Hill kind of lost the step, and I think he'd love to go back to Kansas City, to be honest with you. But, Patriots, like you said, double the win total, you get to 8. And the Jets are the Jets. I could never trust them. So I'm going to go no wild card in that division. Buffalo is clearly the head and shoulders above everybody.
All right, so I thought we were going to do Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets.
That's fine.
That's the order.
And still no wild cards. So
Okay,
no matter
so
how
it
you
doesn't
go,
matter.
listen, you have every right to go another group, but you only got 3 wild cards. And that division, not grabbing one of them.
God. No, all right, I agree with you. All right, so AFC West, we have the Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers. I'm expecting more from the Chargers this year because I feel like Harbaugh can deliver us some wins.
Okay, I just feel like when we do these predictions, I just can't just go with the vanilla pick, the straight up. Obviously, it's always pick KC until someone knocks them off. Well, I'm going against them, and I'm glad you brought Harbaugh up. I'm picking them to win the division this year. Okay, and I think that's one of the best divisions in football. I even think the Raiders, even though the Pats played them week 1, very improved with Pete Carroll there, and I think this is one of the best divisions. You're going to get 2 wild cards. I'm going to go LA Chargers with Harbaugh gets it done this year.
Okay.
KC still gets a wild card, finishing second, and still could end up in the Super Bowl because they know how to get there.
They do.
And I like Denver. I just couldn't pick them a little higher because I don't love Bo Nix, but I like Sean Payton. He's really kind of looks like he's turning it around there. So I'm going to go Chargers, Chiefs, Denver, and the Raiders. They're not going to be an embarrassment this year, but I still got them finishing 4th. And KC and Denver are going to get 2 of the 3 wild cards in the AFC.
Wow, all right. That's quite a prediction.
Yes.
And it is, you're right, that is a pretty competitive division right there. So we go to AFC North. We have the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. I mean, that's not that bad of a division. Like, I would say that's just as equal as the West.
No, because obviously I'm looking here, and I got Cleveland in the basement. I think they're going to be competitive this year. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin's always got at least close to a 500 team or better. I don't have them in the playoffs. They're going to finish 3rd. I like Cincinnati to at least get a wild card this year with Burrow. I think that they're going to get off to a better start. They've had slow starts under Zach Taylor. I think they get it together from the rip this year. But, of course, Baltimore and Lamar Jackson missed the regular season. Doesn't get it done in the playoffs. I think Baltimore still wins the division because they're Baltimore. But those 2 teams are going to be 1-2. And like I said, Cincinnati gets the 3rd and final wild card.
Wow. All right. So I was going to go Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers, actually.
Okay.
Steelers in the end. I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to be able to do it.
I can't see Tomlin letting his team finish in the basement. It's never happened, but hey, this could be the year.
Yep. All right. So then we have the AFC South. They have Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. Trash.
Yeah, thank you. Good analogy. Good analyst. I love that because this division sucks. Okay. All right. Houston, of course. I thought CJ Stroud took a little step back last year, but he had
a lot of hurt players.
He didn't have a lot of line in front of him. And I think they traded Laramie Tunsil, one of the top left tackles in football.
Laramie Tunsil?
Yeah. Laramie Tunsil. Okay. So he got traded. I still think Houston has enough to win that division. I thought about Jacksonville making a little bit of leap this year with Liam Cohen.
Doesn't matter. They have stupid Mac Jones.
Former LaSalle style. No, Mac Jones, I think, is backing up in San Fran. I believe.
No.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's gone. So Trevor Lawrence needs to, he's making 50 beans, like play better. I got them finishing 2nd. Indy with Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. I got them finishing 3rd. And of course, Cam Ward leads the way for Tennessee. They're going to finish in the basement. And again, like the AFC East, no wild card in that division.
All right. So wait. So what was the order again? Texans or Jaguars?
I'm going Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, Tennessee, and just Houston winning the division. No wild card.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. All right. So let's go over to the National League. We have the Cowboys. We always start strong. And
I love you. National League's in baseball, but I love you.
That's
though.
what I mean.
NFC conference.
Yeah, but it's called the National Football. It's the American Football Conference and the National NFC. What does that stand for?
I don't think you say league after it, though. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Conference.
It was yes.
All
You said
conference.
league.
All right,
it just sounded very baseball-y. I'll go baseball if you want. You know me.
We got to do because we got 27 minutes left of the show. All right, so in the NFC East.
Yes.
All right, we got the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and Commanders. I think that's a pretty solid. But I mean, the Giants are going to wind up last. Or actually, it could be the Cowboys. I don't even know. Cowboys never get it done.
Well,
I'm going to change the color to blue.
As you said, I like that. Nice job.
Thank
production. Listen, you just mentioned the Cowboys. Before we make our picks in this division, obviously the big bomb dropped late Thursday was the Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers.
Yep, green.
And you know, a lot of people, all right, a lot of people just are starting to equate, and this goes back maybe a little bit before you, but I remember it when the Dallas Cowboys were bad. Jerry Jones had kind of just got there about 35, 40 years ago. Now it's getting annoying. Okay, stop it.
One more.
Okay, and of course, this trade for Parsons, they bring back, I think, a down lineman, but they get 2 first-round picks in this deal. A lot of people are trying to equate it to the Herschel Walker deal years ago, where they gave up Herschel Walker
for sure
to the Minnesota Vikings, and it resulted in Emmitt Smith, Alvin Harper, a couple of linemen, and then the Cowboys won won 3 or 4 Super Bowls after that. So, of course, that's the hope there. They couldn't get things together with Parsons. I think Dallas gets in their own way no matter what, Jess. I think the Philadelphia GM continues to make all the moves after a Super Bowl championship. Okay, yep, green. Yep, so I'm going to go Philly 1.
Yep.
I think that Daniels takes it's tough to think he's going to be even better, but he's terrific. I think the Commanders finished second. They got McLaurin signed now.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, 95 million, almost $100 million for 3 years. So I like that move for them.
Much needed, I think, as well.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Giants are going to be better this year, but still finish last.
Yep.
Yeah, could those two teams flip flop possibly? And I do have the Commanders getting one of the wild cards.
Oh,
so I
yes,
like
very good.
Philly to win the division still, and it's going to be a close division. I think those two teams are definitely the cream of the crop, and Washington gets the wild card.
All right, very nice. We're going to the NFC West. Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. Do you think the 49ers are going to bounce back? I mean, obviously.
No, I don't.
I feel like they're not.
They don't
got it.
It's like, and obviously you're going to put a lot on Purdy. Now he got paid, and McCaffrey, I know you love him, all right? Married the Cranston girl, but it's like
Olivia Culpo.
Yeah, play games.
They had a baby.
All right, play games, okay? Because I mean, he's not the most durable guy.
No, I know.
I just think that team is sort of peaked, and they didn't win anything with Shanahan. I don't know about Kyle Shanahan. I know everybody loves him, thinks he's a genius. By the way, no wild card in this division.
No,
for
I
me
agree
either.
with you. Cardinals could be something, but not wild card.
I say the Rams win the division with Stafford's got one more good year left in the tank.
Isn't he been hurt with his back?
He's okay. He's going to play week 1, I believe.
Do he text you? Do you call him at home? Do you have a dorsal fin?
They've been drafting well, Jess. If you remember that year that they won the Super Bowl and that was a good Super Bowl against Cincinnati where they won really late in the game. They had Cooper Kupp was still good. That. But Jess, just remember, they were all in to win there. They made a lot of moves. They gave up a lot of their draft capital. They replenished, they rebooted, and they've made some good picks the last couple of years with all their first round picks having those picks back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I believe that they're going to win that division. San Fran will finish second because they're San Fran. And I think Seattle this year with believe Sam Donald's the quarterback there now. I don't know. And Arizona competitive, no wild card in that division.
All right. Very good. Then we have the Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings in the NFC North. Bears need to do something because not last year, nothing happened.
I'm looking down, Jess. I'm trying to figure out a way to get them out of the basement. I can't do it. I think Soup Campbell, they came up short versus the Commanders last year, but they're still the top team in that division. Of course, the Micah Parsons trade, does it shift me? Does it change anything? No, because I've already got Green Bay finishing second and a wild card. I'm not going to catapult them over Detroit with the Parsons move, even though he got 4 years, $188 million, $120 million guaranteed. Of course, Dallas gets 2 first-round picks, hoping to have, like I said, one of those Herschel Walker trades. I'm going to go Green Bay finishing second, Minnesota. I mean, I don't know about J.J. McCarthy. I haven't seen him play yet. So let's see what happens. I got them finishing third, and I do have them getting a wild card. So Green Bay and Minnesota get the 2 wild cards, and of course Washington. Those are your 3 wild card recipients.
All right. So do we even talk about the NFC South?
Well, we still have to pick the division. I think this division's kind of like
Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers. I'm going with the Bucks on this one, then the Falcons, then the Panthers and Saints.
All right. So, I'm close with you, and I'm just going to flip New Orleans, and Carolina's still going to finish last. I think the Saints have got a little bit better roster. Carolina's up and coming. It's time for Atlanta to at least compete for a wild card. 7 and 10, 8 and 9. That's like they've been their peak. They haven't been the same since the Pats came back from 28.
Yeah, seriously.
Safe to say they're out the blank starving for W's and a winner. It's not going to happen. But and obviously no wild card in this game.
No,
I do want to make one statement about the Buccaneers as we move on, Jess, is that and I didn't, obviously he's not as accomplished as his brother, but Deion's son, I'm sorry, Shadur's older brother, Shiloh. I think it's Shiloh. Yeah, he was an undrafted kid, safety for the Buccaneers. Came out and he throws a punch in a game last week and gets cut the next day. When you're not very good, and you're a fringe guy to begin with, an undrafted free agent. I don't care who your dad is, you're gone. So Shiloh is no longer. I don't know if he's been picked up by anybody for the practice squad, but it's over for little one of the Sanders boys.
Whatever Sanders.
Yeah, but I still like Tampa Bay to win that division because Mayfield has proven it. And I guess Mike Evans, I don't know how old he is now, but he's probably 33. He's going to get 1,000 yards receiving because that's how he just wakes up and he doesn't care who's throwing him the ball either.
No, but he gets it done. And that last year, I remember his 1,000th catch or whatever like that. Like, he was very impressive.
Weren't they trying to make
Yeah.
sure he didn't get it, but he got it?
Yeah.
But, the other team was really playing it,
Yeah.
and Tampa made sure he got it. He's a great player, and Mayfield's really grown on me the last
I
few
know,
years.
he really is.
I don't see them as a Super Bowl contender, but I see them as a solid team every year. It's going to be.
It's a team that if you are a fan, go into the games, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Todd Bowles fan, the head coach. He looks like he just stands there and kind of doesn't say anything. Doesn't look like much of a motivator. He's a defensive guy, though. He's always put together a good defense, and Tampa's always competitive.
Yes. All right. Well, let's put a bow on football. I think we've covered enough. We're very excited for the season to begin. We're going to thank our sponsors and come back with baseball.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. Oh, I can't play that. Oh. We're going to do that when we're talking about baseball. I can't. I got to delete that from the system. All right. So I would just like to say the Yankees-Red Sox series is over, and I told you that the Red Sox were going to do just fine. The Yankees suck.
Yeah, you were right, but you're wrong about the second part, though.
What?
And this has kind of been bothering me, and I'm gonna lay the hammer down on my partner a little bit, only because, like, the fact, if you want to say that the Red Sox so far by winning 8 out of 10 versus the Yankees sort of have their number, I'm gonna give you that, okay? But when you just say flat out, when you see them lose a few games to the Red Sox, and you just proclaim that they're trash, you're way off, because before that series they won 5 straight. Since that series, they've won 5 straight. The Yankees,
they can't win against good teams.
It doesn't matter. The Yankees, listen, you got to beat up on bad teams, and right now they're doing that. So they've won 12 out of 16. They're right there with the Red Sox. The standings tell you that.
I don't have any respect for them.
I got it in front of me. Red Sox going into the weekend versus Pittsburgh, 75-60. Yankees is 74-60. They're tied in the loss column, which is really all that matters. The Yankees have had 2 5-game winning streaks, which you saw, Jess, was just a couple of games where they just looked really bad. I know that Saturday afternoon game, it was close. Crochet was throwing BBs that day. You lost to our ace. He's that guy.
Right, he is.
But we didn't finish it off and get the brooms out because I know I'm not supposed to say anymore, but the redhead couldn't get it done on Sunday Night Baseball. They were racing to the bat racks. He was giving up bombs left and right.
Hey, but they still only lost by 1, and they could have came back.
That game
it was 5-4,
Red Sox
wasn't
lost
it?
that game 7-2. That game was over before I was at Siena
I thought it was
having
5-4.
dinner. They were getting told, all right?
All right.
No, that game wasn't close. But
that's why Will Gilbert went to that game, and I'm just like, can you go to all the Yankee games when they play the Red Sox?
I'm sure Will really was struggling to sit through 9 innings. By the way, we're back on the road show. I don't know if we mentioned that in the opening.
Did we?
No, but if we didn't, we were on the road show for a quick
it's on
little
our socials.
skit.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
good
nice
stuff. But no, I was still at Siena when that game started. I think it was a 7-10 game ESPN, and the Red Sox had no shot in that one. Rodon was pretty good. But in the Saturday game, the Yankees not only lost to the Red Sox, but they took it to an art form. They looked like the Red Sox early in the year, throwing the ball all over the place.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Volpe in the 9th inning. The game was already over. Once the Red Sox put Jordan Hicks in, I think they knew they had it because he's total swell. But Volpe picked the ball up, threw it high. Then Rice went and got it, and then just stood there and held it like Johnny Pesky did in the 46 World Series. And of course,
were you there for that one?
Nathaniel Lowe scored, and they just kept running. The Red Sox won in a runaway. I think it was 12-1 was the final. But I'm just saying, the Red Sox have played the Yankees well. Listen, I'm happy. The Red Sox come home, obviously, after 4 games in the Bronx. Red Sox had to go to Baltimore to Camden Yards and play 4. Red Sox had a 7-1 road trip. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, Baltimore in last place, they're not your traditional last place team. They had just got some injuries early in the year, and some of the guys haven't developed the way they thought they would. They fired the manager, Brandon Hyde. So they've had some issues, but you don't walk in there and say you're going to get 4 from them because they're still a pretty good baseball team.
Competitive, yes.
Yeah, so obviously the Red Sox come home 7-1, and Paul Skeens made his first trip to Fenway Park this weekend. It's been a lot. This is again not the '79 Pirates with Willie Stargell, we are family style, but the Red Sox got Peyton Tolley. They called up the young kid, 6'6", 250 pounds. But if you look at a picture of him, you want to see his birth certificate.
I literally said he could be my uncle. Like he is.
I told you,
not.
Skeens and Tolley, two of the great mustaches in baseball now that he's up in the
more than
major
a
leagues.
mustache. It's his face. Like everything about him is body type. It's like that is Uncle Phil. I don't know.
By the way, just back to that road trip when the Red Sox went 7-1. Again, they had some timely hitting. Rafaela and Duran did a Curly and Most little thing in left center the other night where they looked at each other and nobody caught it. And I said, uh-oh, here we go again. We look like the Bad News Bears. Rafaela makes up for it the next inning, hits a 2-run homer, and Bayo pitched great in that game. He's been really good.
Yeah.
I think a 3-hitter against the Yankees or 5-hitter on the game last weekend. But the Red Sox, it's been still the pitching, some timely hitting, and they've been catching the ball. But the pitching on that road trip, 7-1 road trip, they had a 2.15 ERA with the starters in the bullpen, and of course Chapman's been unworldly. And you said it before the year, I didn't like the move, but he's been wow. You're still thinking the other shoe's going to fall. He hasn't given up a run, and he's given up one run in like 3 months. I mean, it's
sick.
He's not even. They said it's been 45 batters have come to the plate, and he hasn't given up a hit.
He likes to throw the heat.
It's crazy, but again, they tried. They got away with it Thursday afternoon, trying to go for the sweep versus Baltimore. They put Steven Matz in, more of a finesse guy. They didn't have Chapman available, and they got the job done 3-2. And the Red Sox, of course, come home now for 3 with Pittsburgh, and of course the Guardians are coming in for 3. I think they've peaked as far as the wild card. There's some teams that are starting to fall off now. Texas is 1 game over 500, but they lost Nathan Eovaldi, a Cy Young candidate. He's out for the season with an arm injury. He's done.
You need that for pitching.
You do. Marcus Semien, their second baseman, he's out with a foot injury for the rest of the year. And Corey Seager just had his appendix surgery. His timetable for return is unknown. So they just lost their 3 best guys potentially for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So Texas is going to be hard pressed. Kansas City's in that mix for the wild card. Right now, it looks like those top 3 teams. If I had to say with 30 games to go, those are probably going to be a top 3 in any order. Boston, New York, and Seattle. Iggy Suarez finally got off the schneid. He had a 3-run homer the other day. So Seattle's been really, really struggling. So there's still a lot of baseball to be played. You got another month left with in the season. So I'm not as down on the Yankees because, like I said, yeah, they're beating up on the White Sox as we speak right here. But they beat the Nationals 3 games. But then again, it's the schedule evens out, Jess. The Red Sox played the Nationals July 4th that week, and they swept them. That's your job, is to go out and beat. If they're only beating bad teams, I still think when the time comes, the Yankees get it together.
Aren't they going to be playing in the 13th, 14th? Aren't they going to be at Fenway?
Yeah,
coming up?
I'll be there. I'll be there the Sunday night game with PV. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well.
So there's still 3. There's still 3 more games we play. The Yankees sweep is, it's 8. Red Sox won the season series, but there's still a lot to be decided. I told you
they got their number, man.
So far this year they do. The Red Sox have played them well, but again, at the end of the day, you didn't sweep them. They won that last game. Sox only picked up 2 games on the Yankees in those 4 games because 3 and you lost the last one. Would have been nice to really put the dagger into them. They couldn't do it. So I believe when the Yankees have to get a W, they do. Fried's going to be okay. Stanton's killing the ball right now.
I know that he usually shows up a little later in the season.
Yeah, he takes a little break and then he comes back.
He's just like, I guess I'll play today.
Yeah.
Is there anything else around the league? Because we have 12 minutes.
Yeah, real quick, Jess. I can't not mention the fact that Kyle Schwarber hit 4 dingers the other night and drove in 9.
Oh my God.
So they got swept by the Mets. The division's starting to get a little tighter. The Schwarber was 0 for 20. They start a series with the Braves, and he hits 4 bombs and drives in 9 runs in the game. And he's the 4th Philly.
Wow.
He's the 4th Philly to ever hit 4 home runs in a game. And I think it's been done 33 times in the history of Major League Baseball. Phillies have 4 of the guys. The last one I do remember, Mike Schmidt did it. And then there was one guy from 1890 something. I don't remember him.
Please.
I know.
I'm good. Tell me more.
I'm good, but Schwab's 4 homers, 9 RBIs. Our guy Ohtani, who we love talking about, first win of the season. He did go 5 innings. He had 9 strikeouts and a 5-1 win over the Reds.
He's not human.
And by the way, my birthday's over, so you can say whatever you want. But the Brian Wu streak ended.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so the Brian Wu streak ended of pitching 6 innings in every game when you do the woo woo.
Yeah, yes, I remember. So, I was trying to behave myself.
But the funny thing, Jess, is he still went 5 2/3 and got the win. He's 12-7 on the season. So he pitched well. He just didn't finish 6. Like he's always going 6 or more in 26 straight starts, which is amazing. And that's why Seattle's still in the hunt in that third wild card. So a lot going on in MLB right now. I love it. There's a month to go and there's a lot of baseball to be played. Things could still, the scales could still tip, but the Red Sox are looking pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. Beginning of the season, aka our last holiday, which was Memorial Day, you were a little down on your Red Sox. And what did I say? Anyway,
I was in a bad place.
You were in All right. Well, we got about 10 minutes to go. You ready for birthdays? It is Sunday, August 31st. Who was born today?
The late, great Frank Robinson passed away in 2019. Hall of Fame outfielder. He won an MVP in both leagues, Jess. 14-time All-Star, NL MVP in 61, AL MVP in 66. World Series with the Orioles in 66 and 70. This guy, Jess, in 21 seasons, he hit 586 home runs. Legit. This guy was great. And he'll always be remembered, too, with the Indians as the first black manager in Major League Baseball. He was actually still playing at the time. He was a player manager.
Is he the only person to do that? Or is that was that common?
You saw Bill Russell do it with the Celtics as a basketball player. Okay. So baseball, Pete Rose did it when he was laying it in.
It's like, I think there's going to be an error here.
I'm going to move on to a name. I'm going to say that you remember this guy, but I'm going to tell you why I chose this guy. Hideo Nomo is 57. Okay, so Hideo Nomo came on the scene in 1995. They were doing commercials on ESPN about him. And one of those guys that used to be in all the mob movies with Goodfellas. He's like, that Nomo kid can really throw. He's the way he was talking, like with that Italian kind of thing. Yeah. But the thing about Nomo is, I believe, and I can't remember anybody before him. I'm sure there were a few. He's one of the top Japanese pitchers, the first to come on the scene. So he started with the Dodgers, pitched 2 no-hitters in his career, one with the Dodgers in 96 and one with the Boston Red Sox in 2001. He was only with the Red Sox 1 year. Hideo Nomo, 123 wins in his career, 1,900 strikeouts, Rookie of the Year in 95. And like I said, I think he paved the way. I'm not saying Ohtani's where he is because of Nomo, but there weren't a lot of guys before him. So the Red Sox dice came. You saw, a lot of the position players. You got Yoshida, you got Ohtani, and there's more of them. And Red Sox had the kid Hideki Okajima. I think that Nomo paved the way for a lot of these guys to come on the scene. Put it this way, for a while, just he had the fastball and the splitter, and the ball used to just disappear. And when he came on the scene, he was the guy like Skeens now. You want to watch him every 5 days. You wanted to know where he was. I can't believe Hideo Nomo is 57 years old.
Happy birthday.
And one active player in the NBA right now, Jalen Brunson, is 29.
Oh, what? Oh, he looks older. I thought you were going to say 32. I thought we were going to play that game.
And that's why I'm not a scout. And I mean, the scouts are not the scouts either, because second-round pick out of Villanova, 33rd by the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks should have hung on to that kid.
No kidding.
Out of Villanova, he did win 2 national championships at Villanova under Jay Wright in 2016 and 18. This kid's a born winner. His last 3 years since he's been with the Knicks, 24, 29, and 26 points per game. He lights it up. Brunson, to me, is one of the top 10 players in the NBA, 15.
And I like the way he plays because he does get that separation by putting his knee out there. So he always manages to pull off a shot.
What I was going to do, they said that John Stockton quietly was one of the dirtiest players in the game. I don't think you're saying that Brunson's dirty, but he knows how to. He knows how to get the edge. And that's a Villanova thing. I remember all their guards, even after him, they had the kid Gillespie, they had the kid Accianato, the Italian kid. They always would do little shifty things when I go to Providence games and see them play against the front. They always knew how to their guards knew how to post up. They just knew how to get to the spots.
Yep.
And I think that translating, that's definitely a testament to Jay Wright as a head coach. Shifting over to the entertainment side, I've got 2. This guy's pretty funny. Movie actor and comedian Chris Tucker is 54.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He looks like he kind of face got a little heavy as the years go on. He used to be really skinny. He used to be really thin. I'm going to go Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Maybe was he in Half Baked or one of those kind of movies?
I don't remember, but he is a funny guy.
Yeah.
I heard he wasn't great to work with. I don't know who I heard that from.
Really?
But yeah, like a little
That's
difficult.
weird because he's such a funny guy.
I know.
He's funny.
Maybe he hasn't been doing much lately.
I like
though.
the
I haven't
voice.
seen him.
He did a movie with Charlie Sheen years ago where I don't know if one was a cop or whatever, but he was, listen, I go Rush Hour 1, 2, and I don't remember 3, but the first 2 are pretty good.
Yep.
And I got one more, Jess. I consider him a legendary actor. He had the looks.
Wait, Chris Tucker was in Friday.
Friday. That's I meant to say Friday.
Yeah.
I said Half Baked. It was
Friday.
Friday.
Friday. That's kind of same thing.
And I'm going to go with one of the great actors. Like the guy had it all: looks, personality, and talent. Actor Richard Gere is
67.
You are not even close. Usually they're a lot closer. Richard Gere is 76 now.
Oh, you just said you started. I thought you were doing this when you were doing that part. You were starting.
I said 60. Richard Gere is.
Oh,
I wasn't
thought you were
dating
saying
you.
67. So what is he?
76.
Wow.
Give me some movies.
Pretty Woman, Officer and a Gentleman, Unfaithful. Yeah, that was
I got it on the list.
Yeah. What else is he in?
Diane Lane had her fastball.
Diane Lane, yes.
She was literally unfaithful in the movie, but she was terrific. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
And I've got one movie in case you forgot about this one from the early 90s. Excellent. Primal Fear.
Oh, I love that
With
one.
Edward Norton.
Oh, that was a little switcheroo at the end.
Norton's a good actor.
He's a very
Great
good actor.
So
I love him in Fight Club, actually.
Yeah, the great Richard Gere is 76.
Oh, wow.
And those are my birthdays for August 31st.
Very nice. All right, we have some time left, and you're just going to keep choking. Hold on. I'm trying to find that. All right, so we got 5 minutes left. I want to know what you've been doing, what you've been watching, what's been happening.
I promised you, and I promised the listenership that I would get to Hard Knocks. Whether I had to binge it, whatever, and I did. I binged it, basically. Okay. Unfortunately, what I did was I was doing my homework for some of the cut downs for football the other day, and unfortunately, when I went to Buffalo, I saw one of the names and I hadn't watched Hard Knocks yet.
Okay.
So now all of a sudden you see this kid, his name was KJ Hamler. He's trying to make his little small diminutive wide receiver, and I'm like, I already know he just got cut now. They had him on a scooter. He was going around campus on a scooter because the Bills do their camp early at like a college, a small college in Buffalo, New York. Mm-hmm. So it was just funny. But there's a lot of good stories in there. They got a linebacker, this kid Joey Andreessen. He was sort of a good little story. He went to the University of Buffalo. He's from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, nice.
And he's playing for the Buffalo Bills. And last year he was like that hustler on defense that would just play special teams, do whatever he could to get a job. This year he looks like he's going to be in there with Matt Milano and some of those linebackers and an integral part of the Buffalo Bills team.
Not good for us.
Josh Allen didn't play at all. I'm trying to talk about some of the little storylines that I picked up on. Josh Allen didn't play in any of the preseason games, but he was interviewed a lot for the series.
Oh yeah.
And he's terrific. He's good. You can just tell. I've never hung out with him, but he's a good guy. You can just see it. You know.
He appreciates things. And what was it for the ESPYs or there was something where someone handed him an iPad and it was all the kids in the hospital that he's helped, like his wing, and like he's got very emotional, and it was just like we love, he's a good leader and example.
Yeah, and he just got married, and he was you could see the excitement in his voice. So they went to Hawaii for the honeymoon. You can tell he loves his wife. It's a nice story. Yeah. So Josh Allen, if he ever gets a Super Bowl someday, I'll be happy for Josh Allen. I really would. I think, I watched the series. I think McDermott's a marginal coach, to be honest with you. He's went through skin cancer. He's been through a lot. He has to wear long sleeves a lot to avoid the sun. So he's been through a lot, but I'm not a huge fan of him as a head coach, even after watching this.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, he's okay. James Cook, the running back who was holding out through the whole series, they actually got him. You watch him sign. He gets the contract. He signs. They finally got him signed. But it was like they called him a hold in, not a hold out. Meaning, like some guys back in the day, they hold out, they're gone.
Yeah.
He held in, meaning he was there every day. He just wasn't practicing. He did everything else but practice. He would show up,
work out,
whatever on his own, but he didn't practice or play in any of the games. And then they signed him. He got a 4-year deal for $48 million, so he can take care of his family. And listen, running backs don't get paid a lot anymore. He got $12 million a year. That's pretty good.
And I think he's worth it, don't you?
He's worth it. If Stevenson's getting 9, trust me, Cook's worth 12.
Yes.
Just leave it there, okay? And if there's one thing I didn't know was that they have a lot of these franchises have like partners that are like limited partners. They're involved. Maybe they got 1%. I did not know, and he was in this series. Vince Carter, former slam dunk champion and NBA player for 22, 23 years. He is a limited partner in the Buffalo Bills. He has a piece of the Bills.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he from there?
No, I think Vince is a Carolina guy. He went to North Carolina. I think he's from that area. I don't know. I don't know what his link is to Buffalo. I was just shocked to see that. They had him and Tracy McGrady, another former NBA star. They were interviewed during the course of Hard Knocks. But, it was a little boring at first. I thought of you. I'm like, she's not really missing anything. Because I know sometimes you get bored with it. And I said, I'm on a roll right now. So I watched all 4. There may be still one more. I'm not sure. Maybe where they start cutting guys. But I already know now. I watched a bunch of guys that.
We're too far behind.
I thought of you, though. And I think you remember this guy. You remember Mike White? He was the quarterback backup.
Yes.
He played for the Jets a little. He played well against the Pats.
Was he Dolphins too?
Then Dolphins.
Yep.
He was there, and I thought he would be like, they caught him. So I was thinking of you. I'm saying, he's better than Tommy Cutlets. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. I was thinking, I'm just saying.
But does he have the personality?
That's why you have to wait sometimes for this.
Don't break all the microphones.
You have to wait for all the waiver wire stuff to happen. I think White's decent.
Yeah, I do too.
But they have, what's his name, who we all think stinks, but they were bragging about him. He was featuring a lot. They got Mitchell Trubisky as their backup. who I think sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
but he's there. So he was the backup last year. He knows the system. And then they had another kid they cut and brought back to the practice squad. The kid Shane Bouchel, I think his name was. So they got their 3 quarterbacks. White's out there for anybody, I guess. And I think Mike White's in a good, solid NFL backup. So we'll see how it goes. He could be on a
Maybe he's
roster right now.
listening.
There's so
Maybe
much.
he's just like, hey. What do I like? Stay tuned to keeping
Well,
score.
I could bring him in as a guest, man.
Well, only one. We can only fit one guest.
I just think it's strange how these guys have to pretend they're all. Not pretend, but they do seem like they all care about each other when they're playing. But like, you know, you're rooting for a guy who's going to get your job. Like, there's only so many roster spots. It's just tough to see guys get cut, and you know, it's a brutal business, but it's fun because it's football season and we're ready to go. And I know you're excited.
I am very excited, and I'm not so excited that the show is now over. Yeah.
What?
I know. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. You can check out our acting on the road show that we did on Friday. And, of course, obviously, we're back on YouTube, so you can make sure you follow us there, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean, and maybe one day you'll be able to actually watch us on your TV. How about that?
Bye.
Happy long weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend.